All right, then. So let's get to our discussion for today. I mean, it's been 5 months since President Tinubu assumed office as the president of this great country. How will you describe the journey so far?
I would say that the journey has been very tough, very, challenging. And, of course, there are a lot of, rough edges that the president and the administration is, working, upon. And, of course, as a participant in the, party and the government activity, I would say that all is not, in the places that we want it to be. But we are very optimistic that by the time the efforts being put into being able to restructure our economy, ensuring that we make Nigeria attractive to investors, and of course, rejuvenate the productive, sector, at the end of the day, we'll be able to say that we are moving the country in the right, direction. Of course, one of the several challenges that face, this administration at inception has to do with the state of even the global, economy. You will discover that the global, pandemic of COVID affected drastically, all economies in the world. So Nigeria itself is not, isolated. We also have a lot of dysfunctionality in our economy, which is occasioned, one, by, the first subsidy regime, which is taking a large chunk of, resources that ought to be available for infrastructure development, for galvanizing the economy, and addressing, the welfare, of the people. We also have a situation whereby a large amount of our foreign reserves is also going to support, the naira and in the international, market. These are part of, challenges that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu had to confront, immediately. We are still smarting to get out of, the symptoms of these, challenges. But in the long run, we are very optimistic that the country will be able to go back to the path of productivity, which will assist in strengthening our currency. We also are optimistic that Nigeria will become an attractive place for investment, and therefore the diversification that is necessary so that we will not be relying too much on the oil and gas sector will also catalyze in development of our people. And of course, some of the challenges that we also are facing presently is in terms of food security and sustainability of prices of agriculture and commodity exchange in the country. And these are also areas that the country, the government is also working in that regard. Of course, I must also mention the problem that we have in terms of revenue for government. Most of the time, people outside the government often refer to the need to allocate money to certain sectors and this sector and so sector. But in reality, we must address the question of revenue. So we need to de-emphasize revenue from the oil sector. And I think that is why Mr. President set up an interdisciplinary committee in the area of tax revenue, so that we'll be able to address the inadequacy of revenue that is bedefiling the realization of development of our people. And of course, the president has also set up teams and personnel in different sector to be able to ensure that we make use of the best brain in every aspect of our public life, irrespective of their ethnic origin or religious affiliation.